Hi, have you ever thought how knowledge is inherited to mammals? When you're born, you instantly know that you need to eat. From the moment you take your first breath, you seek out nourishment without being taught and without being shown the way. Why? Because you're hungry, and you seek to satisfy that hunger. This innate sense of desire drives us to do things without giving them a second thought, and to seek out others who can fulfill our needs. Wouldn't it be great if you could tap into this natural reaction and use it for marketing? Imagine being able to reach customers in this way. Imagine being able to access clients without having to teach them the way. By learning how to access the mythological stories of people, we can begin to pull customers in without their even realizing the manipulation taking place. It happens every day. It happens to you too. Think about the last time you saw a trailer for a new movie. The action, the romance, the comedy, and all the other highlights were flashed before your eyes, and instantly you wanted to see the movie. Hollywood certainly knows how to manipulate the senses. Hollywood has taken the same old storylines and made them fresh, new, and exciting, all because they know the stories are what drive people into the theaters. Within each movie trailer are stories that cause us to feel something special. We feel a connection to the characters. We identify with the action taking place, and we want to know more, all without feeling like we are being manipulated. But the truth is that we are. Think for a minute about how many movies you've seen in the last year. If you really stop to think about the plot line of each movie, and Hollywood hopes you don't, you would realize that many of them are the same. Boy meets girl, boy falls in love with girl, boy does something stupid, girl tells boy to straighten up, boy straightens up, girl gives boy another chance, they live happily ever after. Time and time again, the same movie is being made, and yet people are still going to see the movie because of the story it tells. A person who watches the trailer or the movie sees themselves in the story. They see something that has happened to them, or something they wish would happen to them, or something they wish would happen to someone else they know. In any case, the stories of movies touch us. They reach us on a primal level, and even though we've seen them all before, and we can guess the ending, we keep going back to find out more. It's not the actors that bring us to the movies. It's the stories. We're living through them, even though we don't consciously realize it. The most effective marketing uses ancient stories made new. You need to learn how to tap into the subconscious stories we all tell ourselves. You need to discover how to tap into your audience's subconscious and hold them spellbound, making them crave what you're offering them. You want them so mesmerized, they feel you are the only possible choice. Who hasn't seen the movie about the penguins marching in the South Pole? Those little penguins journey hundreds of miles just to feed their children, and then they must start the process all over again with each passing year. But what many people don't realize is that the penguins aren't ever taught how to do this. They're born knowing how to march and how to become parents. Their innate sense of direction and of purpose guides them. They simply do what they've been programmed to do, no matter what the obstacles. Imagine if your customers were like this, marching relentlessly toward your products, purchasing them as if their lives depended upon it. Humans are as much driven by the internal stories as the penguins are. The penguin story is to reproduce and care for the young, no matter the cost or the obstacles. The human story is more complicated, but just as ingrained. We can't avoid these stories, these dreams. Just as we can't avoid gravity, we continue to be pulled down. We continue to follow schedules, routines, career paths, even though we might not realize we're doing it. Much like the lobster that migrates 120 miles on the ocean floor, for no good reason, it seems, and yet they are compelled to do so twice a year, always to the exact same spots. Yet they can't hardly see where they're going. How do they do it? By following the Earth's magnetic forces, just as we follow our own internal stories. Think about the last time you felt like something was off, so you avoided a certain place. Think about the last time you drove to work without even thinking about where you needed to drive. It's all a question of following the hidden paths only our subconscious sees. Humans are pre-programmed to do certain things, to act in a certain way. And while we think we're in charge of our actions, to a certain degree, we are not. When you can tap into this programming, you can begin to change your life. Sounds like a new age silliness, but stick with me. Think about someone who is very rich. Now, they're no different than you or I, but for some reason, they know how to access the stories of others. They know what to say to others in order to have them hand over money, and lots of money at that. Most of us just rely on what we know when it comes to sales. We do the same old marketing techniques, and we get the same old results. But we're not seeing the numbers of sales the very rich are. And why is that? Because we need to do more than just what's expected. You need to learn to activate the internal programming of others, to encourage people not just to buy what we have to offer, but to want to buy, to actually crave what we have to offer. Instead of just selling to people, you'll have customers begging to buy what you have, to buy anything you have to sell. It's animal nature, after all. Year after year, you can see birds migrating. These birds instinctively know when to leave, where to go, and when to return. They don't have maps. They don't have guides. They just have the magnetic pull of the earth to guide them. They just know that they need to do what they need to do. They're pulled into their migrational pattern year after year. These birds do not deviate from their path. Customers can be led in the same way. When you're able to tap into their patterns, into their beliefs, into their subconscious movements, you too can guide them exactly where you want them to go and do what you want them to do. It's like magic. You're the Pied Piper. You blow your whistle, and customers come running. Regular default internet marketing techniques don't do this. They simply show people what's being sold and hope that's enough. It's not enough. It never was. Marketing to customers needs to be a deeper process, one that causes an instinctive reaction in the customer. Customers know when they're being tricked into buying something. They know when they're being manipulated. You see the hyped-up ads all the time. They try to push and bully the customer into buying, but customers know better. However, tapping into the stories of customers is more subtle and more effective. When you stop trying to trick them and begin tapping into their stories, into the things that they can't help but respond to, that's when the real money-making begins. Customers are smart. They know when they're being lied to, when they're being deceived. But when you tap into stories that they already know, that they already enjoy, you'll be able to entice them to buy anything you have to sell. These marketing secrets are amazing. They can turn a one-person business into a multi-million-dollar corporation. Even the smallest ideas with these marketing strategies will become big ideas that customers can't help but desire. You'll see profits skyrocket. You'll see your dreams achieved. And you can grow your business or sell your business to the highest bidder. It's up to you. But you might begin to wonder, how am I being manipulated by others? Good question. The best part about learning how to tap into the subconscious of others is that once you know the secrets, you will become immune to the tricks of others. Like knowing how to perform a magic trick, learning the real forbidden secrets of marketing will allow you to not only repeat the trick, but also to entice customers to come to you effortlessly, easily. The subconscious stories of people hold the key to your success. Learning to access these stories will not only make you a marketing genius, but a master of your own future. Gone are the days when you did what everyone else did, played by the same rules as everyone else, etc. You don't have to be like everyone else. You can be more. You can have more. Things will come so easily for you, it'll seem like magic. And your customers will buy from you like never before. It's time to do something different. It's time to learn about the subconscious desires of others and turn these desires into profits. You can be the business success story, the one whose touch turns everything to gold. All you need is to learn the secrets. All you need is to rewrite your own story. The secrets will be revealed to you on May 17th, 2009. Your story is only beginning. Fulfill your customers' life stories, and your own dreams will come true.